People are hungry for a new direction. I think that's why Trump has won this election. They want change. 15 states that Bernie won went to Trump. 90,000 people in Michigan voted all the way down ticket, all the other races, but didn't say anything in the general election, in the presidential race. We'll see that all over the country. The question is, what kind of change are they going to get? We need to, we all know all over the country, all over the world, there are populist movements, and some of them are very, very good. Some of them are not so good. And how America has judged them in the past is from a corporate perspective. My one hope with President Trump is he said he's going to go in there and he's going to represent the working people. We need to find common ground on issues such as trade and globalization and jobs and infrastructure. We hope to find common ground with him on that. And then we need to fight him back on some of the other areas that he's talking about. Today is Veterans Day. Our veterans, we owe such a debt of gratitude to them. They have fought for our democracy, which means that people of all races, ethnicities, backgrounds are equal. Nobody's less than. And they're treated with dignity and they feel safe in our nation. So those are the two-prong approaches that we need to really fight for.
But it never crossed your mind that you might have done better against him? You might have actually won if you had been the Democratic nominee?
What good does it do now?
I pressed him a few times on that. He really didn't want to get into it. You're an honest, a very candid woman. Do you think your husband would have had a better chance of beating Donald Trump than Hillary Clinton did?
Absolutely, but it doesn't matter. The election is over. What he has to do now is use his influence and work with people across this country to affect the change that they would have voted for had he been on the ticket, and they did vote for in the primary, despite all the irregularities. That is not what concerns the American people. What concerns them now is whether or not they're going to get jobs, whether or not their kids are going to be able to go to college, whether they're going to be able to afford childcare, whether the planet is going to be taken care of in terms of climate change. I think the next few months are going to show a lot of things to us. It'll depend on what cabinet officials President-elect Trump decides to put in. I mean, he said that he was coming down here to, quote, drain the swamp, and he was going to not let the corporate elite run the country anymore. Our hope is that that part of his promise is true, that he is not going to go and bring in all the same old faces, but that he will be, I don't know whether that's going to happen. The same with the DNC.
Would you be open to Senator Sanders running again for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020?
See, that's exactly the wrong question, Wolf. Nobody cares except the political pundits. He's concerned about 2017. He's concerned about our Muslim population in feeling great fear right now. We're hoping that President-elect Trump will give them a reason to not feel that anymore. He's concerned about the fact that people are hurting, that the water systems in Flint are still not repaired. Those are the things he's focusing on. And what happens in 2020 will happen in 2020. We'll talk to you in 2019. How's that?